I honestly was a Democrat like eons ago and slowly developed into the Republican view, yes.
What made you decide to walk away from the Democratic Party?
The way they were dealing with our country, as I said to you earlier, taking all of America's jobs across seas and giving them discounts. Cash for clunkers was a big disgrace because it shut down every single secondhand shop, like mechanic shop, steel industry. They took those cars and they drilled a hole in them and they didn't even give them to anybody. It was disgusting.
I actually got out of college whenever it was all starting, and now that it's coming back, I'm for Trump and I'm proud of what he's doing. So.
Yes, bringing jobs back to America, bringing opening what we can supply for our country instead of having the other countries having the upper hand.
I think I went through a stage in college where I was brainwashed by the system, but after that, that's living in Western Pennsylvania, that's we're all Republicans basically.
I liked Obama and I was more left, but then he did terrible the second term, so I switched. I've been radicalized after Brett Kavanaugh.
Radicalized? What do you mean?
I'm hardcore right. I'm never dating a Democrat.
I was actually similar to him. I used to be pretty far left until Obama's second term, and he kind of showed what the left's true colors are.
So what was it specifically, though, that made you walk away?
It's a lot of the legislation he was passing, a lot of stuff that he did that kind of showed that more the idea of the whole globalization, not in a economic, showing that he'd rather put other countries in front of America. When you're the leader of America, you should put America first.
Yeah, so you've become pretty firm in disowning the Democrats after the fiasco with Kavanaugh. What really made you decide in that whole mess to walk away?
Pretty much when they just said that he has to prove his innocence and that it was a job interview. That's kind of crazy. I mean, she's the one making the accusation. She's got to prove herself. I mean, she had no corroborating witnesses. That's insane.
What do you think about how Obama kept pushing for gun control? Would that have played into why you walked away from the Democrats?
1,000%, because I live over in New York State, and the gun laws they have there are just ridiculous. They're just destroying the Second Amendment, and that's something that you can't do.
She actually is the one who red-pilled our entire family because we were really afraid of President Trump. And then she started doing research, and we discovered that he is not a fascist, and Hillary Clinton really is a fascist.
Between the two, I was scared of both Trump and Hillary, but I knew, thanks Mom, I knew Hillary was worse. And so I actually made myself do research in hopes I'd find something that would prove, because you don't want to believe the president or whoever's going to be president is going to be this horrible, terrible man.
A lot of people called her Nazi at school. All of my kids got called Nazis all the time. I lost a lot of friends. We lost family, but we're here. So.
So have you guys been Democrats before then?
Yeah, I'm a registered Democrat, but I do that to throw them off because I want to vote in the primaries. Yeah.
I was in the union, but it really didn't take much for me to switch. Democrats are pathetic because the unions, they say they help people in jobs, but they really don't help people get jobs.
No. For 20 years, we were living hand to mouth, and under Obama, it seemed like nothing was going to get better at all, nothing, and it's really refreshing.
Nice
I feel really good.
Air.
Did you guys vote for Obama?
I did the first time. I didn't want to because I've been pro-life my whole life, but I voted for him because he's the first black president, really. And that was kind of a weird reason to do it. I didn't like the other guy, but then second time, no. And then with Trump, we all, recorded our vote to make sure that there was a picture because we were all ready to shove it in someone's face if they,
Very determined.
We were very determined.
But also, I've noticed around here, it's been years, but our streets are finally being fixed. Haven't you noticed? Since Trump's been elected, I mean, from what I've noticed, our streets that were in pretty bad shape, they're finally working on them. And
Erie, just to say, brought Trump into, we made him win Pennsylvania, which made him win the presidency, because we're the only ones that turned Erie. So there you go.
Trump, #1, all the way, yes. 6 more years.
Why do you support Trump?
Oh, why not? He has done more for our country in what, a year and a half, 2 years than any other president has ever done, probably altogether.
Have you always considered yourself a Republican?
Actually, no. No. But I got smart. I got very wise.
When did you walk away from the
No.
Democratic Party?
Golly. Oh, probably about 10 years ago.
What made you decide to leave?
I don't like what they stand for or how they go about doing what they, try to accomplish. They think that all the American, men and women are stupid. And, we have a voice, and Trump has given it to us, and we're screaming.
What really made me walk away from the Democratic Party is when they were telling me something that I knew wasn't true in my heart. And it's stuff like, if you might want to say, who to vote for, what their agenda was, and I find out it was different. And basically they wanted me to actually vote, actually blind without even finding out who Hank Johnson was and who Maxine Waters was and all these other people that are mixed up in the Democratic Party that happens to look like me. So I have a problem with that.
I've been chased, and I've been chased, rain. I've been having, believe it or not, I have been having, like, by me doing this talking to y'all in my head and stuff, I'm probably gonna need to find me some little homebody, no. But
So you're being chased by who?
By the Black Lives Matter people, the protesters, like, and I go back to them and say, they have no understanding. And I tell them, like, why would you get me? What did I do to you? I'm not taking no food out your mouth. I'm not taking your money from your bills being paid. I'm not hindering you from growing in life. So why would you mad at me for doing what I want to do?
So you haven't been attacked or chased by any of the Trump supporters, though?
No Trump supporters. They love me.